Kevin Manson from the EI team, Environmental Information, here at NIWA Christchurch. We have different types of NRTs. They come in different sizes and shapes and require different cables. We have the original 2001 B model, which requires a cab Uni 15 cable and a support board, appropriate support board, as opposed to the satellite NRT, which requires a different support board. These are the newer generation NRTs. The cabling is just a straight through cable onto the RS-232 port. Okay, we've got two NRTs here. This particular model is the 2G model, and you can tell because it's got the Wavecom modem just in here. It's a Q24 modem, so that's the 2G version. This model here is the Sierra Air Prime modem, and so that's a quad band modem, so that allows both 2G and 3G. Okay, these NRTs should initialise on power up, so we'll just watch the sequence and watch this little LED here. We'll put the battery in. Whoops, get it up the right way or you'll blow the fuse. Okay, so that should initialise on power.
So that's connecting now?
Yes, it's going through its boot up self-check sequence. And now it's initialising.
So it's back to standby.
Yep, so that worked
operation.
fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it hasn't initialised on power up, so what we need to do is initialise it via Starlog. So we'll connect into the serial port. Basically we start Starlog, go into Diagnostics, Comms window, select the right COM port and go connect. Hit the NRT menu mode. If that doesn't work, you can go Alt-M. Sometimes this option is greyed out. Now what we do is we can go into the pin, P for pin, E for enter, 1, 2, 3, 4. Enter, escape to go back, and now we're into the menu. Okay, so it's a good idea to check the settings. I for info, A for access, and straight away we can see that it's pointing to Neon 2, 192.168.17.103 with an ID of 745. The APN niwa.co.nz must be in quotation marks. It's another common error. And once we're happy, we can go back one step by going escape, S for setup, and I for initialize. We watch the AT syntax commands. Here it comes. Okay, registering on the network. Connected. And a pass. Now if you do get an error or it fails, it's important to take a note of what the syntax error codes are, because we can have a look at the commands and tell you where it's failing.
So there's no harm in reinitialising it if it's initialised?
No,
Many times you like.
as many times as you like, but you do wipe the data from the logger when you initialise.
Right.
Okay, to check the signal strength, escape out of there, C for comms, and S for signal strength. And just wait. Okay, here we go. So this is returning the signal strength of 1099. The second is a placeholder, so don't worry about that. Yeah, so we're talking 10, 8, 10. Yeah, any reading above 5 would be okay. So the higher the number, the better the coverage. Okay, when these NRTs leave instrument systems, they should be all configured, ready to go. If you do need to change the IP address, then basically just go into the setup menu and go to S for SVRIP, the desired IP address 102, neon 1, enter, and you get a wee pass acknowledgement saying the IP address has changed. Okay, when we've connected to it via the serial port, the little LED should be flashing to say we've got a connection. When we initialize it, there we go, you should see the LED flashing brightly. So that is now talking to the server. Okay, we got a fail there. The other thing to note is sometimes you need really good power, a good power source to get it to initialize. We're just running on the battery here. The battery might be getting down a bit. Okay, talking to the server. Okay, we've got a pass this time. So we've talked to the server. And now if we take our connection away, okay, and now the NRT has gone into sleep mode. So you just see a wee flicker of a flash every approximately 5 seconds. Okay, now we've connected to the satellite NRT. Essentially it's exactly the same as the others. The only difference is this one requires one additional setting in the setup menu, which is the username and password. If we have a look at the menu, go into P for pin, E for enter, 1, 2, 3, 4, escape to go back, S for setup. Right, we're in the menu mode. If we go U for username, password, you'll see here it's got ppp in, comma, admin. That is the default username and password. So we don't touch that as long as that's in the satellite device. When we try and initialize it, it will pick up that username, password, and it will connect to.
So is there any time where we will need to enter that?
Only if you accidentally screw it up by typing something in there by mistake. For example, like I just did then.
For the user equals H now.
Yeah. So now we need to go into user. We need to put ppp in, comma, admin. Because that will prevent you from initializing if you haven't got the correct username, password.
Okay.
Okay, so in this example we've got a Global Star satellite NRT and we're going to initialize it. We've got the 2001, 2002C and the wee Global Star antenna. Okay, so what I normally do is retrieve the settings from the NRT, expand the syntax box so I can see what's happening. And basically we can see there we're pointing to Neon 2 with an ID of 876. We know that's correct. Check this box here, retry until initialized, and press the initialize button. You can see that we haven't got any coverage at the moment. Now we have surface available, yes. We're connecting. And we've got a pass, logger initialized. Signal strength, we can actually test the signal strength. And there we go, we've got coverage at the moment. The satellite's passing overhead. So that's a good test. Cancel it out of there.
Would we ever need to change the IP address, the top box?
If you want to change to Neon 1, then yes you would. Simply click the options here and pick Neon 1. The 202 range is the external IP address, so that's for satellite NRTs. The internal is for GPRS devices. So Neon 1, if we point it to Neon 1, and then try and initialize. It's going to fail. That's just updated the configuration table. And it's not set up on Neon 1, so that will fail.